Michelle, we're just trying to fix this real quick.
That's fine, just let me know.
Just gonna X out. I'll check it on my, make sure it's working. Okay. I think let's go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to test it again.
Here.
Okay. I have an agenda. All right, we're ready to go. Okay. Everybody ready? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the January 2025 meeting of the Zoning Board of Review. I'm Kate Atwater Butcher, the chair. We have Jen Brady, our zoning official. I'll never get that right. And we do not have a stenographer tonight. Our attorney, Michelle, is your last name Hayes? I can't read that.
Pause, like the pause on a cat, pause.
Okay. Oz, is here tonight for Karen Browning, and I'll let the rest of the board introduce themselves.
Robert Closter.
Mark McGuire.
Corey Black.
Welcome, everybody. It's been a long time since we've been here, so it's nice to be back. We have only applications this evening, and one of them, in case anybody in the audience is here for that, the Elds, Richard and Joyce Eld, Plat 19, Lot 34, fire number 925, have withdrawn their application. So we just withdraw it without prejudice, correct? I'll make a motion to withdraw without prejudice.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Did you do the annual meeting first?
Okay. Annual meeting, do we have dates? Do you have them? Okay. Did everybody look at the annual meeting schedule? I don't have kids in school anymore.
It avoids everything.
So that's always my big hiccup. I would make a motion to adopt the 2025 meeting schedule as presented. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Great. Okay. The first application of the evening is Philip Trahanas and Jennifer as Trahanas as trustees of the Jennifer A. Trahanas Revocable Trust, Plat 14, Lot 31. Remanded to the zoning board by Superior Court WC-2022-0335, an appeal by Bluffhead LLC, Michael Barilli and Michelle Ann McBride of a decision of the building official issuing permit to Philip P. Trahanas and Jennifer A. Trahanas as co-trustees of the Jennifer A. Trahanas Revocable Trust for construction of a fence. So we don't, Michelle?
Yes.
Can you, because we don't have an application, we don't know if we're going back to the old application when I spoke with Karen this morning.
Yeah, so my understanding of the situation is that there actually was no application filed for the building permit that was issued for the fence. And that was one of the issues that was addressed by the court, and one of the reasons for remand. So what the posture of this is probably more accurately described as is the appeal of the issuance of that building permit. And that should have a hearing, and that is what the court remanded it back for. So I think the proper thing to do here is to set that down for a hearing on that appeal, and also schedule briefing if you believe that that's appropriate.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm going to schedule this for the March meeting, just because it's going to take some time.
So March 26th.
The March 26th meeting.
Sure that everyone will have a quorum. If anyone's recused.
I'll be here.
Check your calendars. Yes. Well, I mean, you might as well look at February because we're gonna need to schedule a lot of the hearings tonight, so I want to make sure that we have quorums. Okay. Nope, February 26th isn't over break, school break for any, no, okay.
Okay, so
March and February are good.
I will make a motion to schedule this for the March 26th, you said?
Yeah.
March 26th meeting. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great. Okay. Second application is Mark McGuire and Linda Jackson, plat 11, lot 10-2, fire number 778, Mitchell Lane. It's an extension of a previously approved decision for an application of a variance from section 306C for the side setback relief of a special use permit under Article 3, section 306E, Article 4, section 401 and 406 to demolish an existing single-family dwelling and replace it with a larger single-family dwelling. This is not unlike, I don't know who it was that we saw. We extended a couple months ago.
twice.
We've done twice and just put everybody out 2 years. Just there's construction, waiting on construction, materials, et cetera. So do I have to, I don't have to go through the submittal. I know. But I don't have to go through the submittal checklist, do I? Thanks, Joe.
I'm gonna bring,
It really would be nice.
see
if
if
could
we
just-
can change the,
Yeah,
your.
I don't have to go through the
expiration.
submittal checklist,
I
right?
don't think
No.
so, because you're only extending
Right.
the hearing.
So I will schedule this for make a motion to schedule this for the February meeting. All in favor? Aye. Is that back up? February 26th meeting. Give me a second.
Second.
All in favor? Great. Okay. Oh, great. Next. Who is next? Housing Board, okay. Same thing. Ditto, Block Island Housing Board, plat 18, lot 2-3, West Side Road, extension of a previously approved decision for an application for a special use permit under sections 405, affordable housing for construction of 8 duplex structures, creating a total of 16 rental units restricted to year-round residents. Okay, I will make a motion to schedule it to the February meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Moving right along. Corey, it does get difficult at some point. Okay. The fourth application of the evening is the Demos Family Trust, Gregory and Desiree Demos trustees, lot 3, lot 108. Application for a variance under section 306C for an addition to a single-family dwelling. Oh. Is anybody here for the Demoses?
I have paper copies if anyone needs one. I think you did. Yeah.
You're up. Hi, okay, so I've been through the application and I have to say it's a big ask. And come prepared the hearing with why you're in such a hardship to get to that big of a footprint number. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but from what I saw in the calculations, especially with the new state laws, that gives so much relief automatically to come in at such a strong, aggressive number. We'll be interested to hear what you have to say.
No, I appreciate the feedback.
Sure. Yeah. So, it's February. Can we schedule, are you good with February for me? Wonderful. Wait. It's just a variance, right? It's just a variance. We so rarely see just a variance anymore.
Okay, so there's no,
Okay. Great. So I'll make a motion to schedule you for the February 26th meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? Anybody want to see anything else on this besides what we just talked about? All in favor? Great. Thank you. See you in February. Okay. Okay, next is Boston. Okay, David and Diane Boston, plat 19, Lot 35, fire number 1199, Coast Guard Road, application for a variance from sections 113 and 314 for construction of an addition to a dwelling that is located in the coastal zone. Okay. Yep. Yep. Would you just come prepared to explain to me why you're further encroaching even on the addition on the, you're increasing encroachment on, in the coastal zone?
But, I mean, we don't want to move the house out.
Right.
And there is a great
Okay.
deal of difficulty with the physical maintenance.
Okay. All right, that was the only thing. Did anybody see anything there that they want? Pick up on? Okay. February look good? March?
Actually, we did apply for preliminary determination in coastal.
Okay.
We expect them out of Idaho.
All right, let's just, why don't we just schedule it for March rather than having to continue and,
And do you think we could send this to the Conservation Commission for an advisory?
can we, if we can do
You
that?
can, because it's a variance and it is in the coastal zone, so it would go to them after you approve it for the signature on the CRMC form, so you might. as
So
well
why don't we
do it
just
now.
send it to them just in case there's something, so you don't get something.
Yeah. One of the things that we're doing with this project, it's part of that. Rebuild of the septic system, which had already been approved. What they're going to do is reconfigure the natural vegetation on top of it to increase the amount of unnatural.
Great.
I think we can.
Okay, great. So I'll make a motion to schedule this for the March 26th meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? Anybody want to see anything else? Okay. All in favor? Oh, and send it to the Conservation Commission prior to. The hearing.
I will.
Okay. We'll work on it.
Okay. And that brings us to
Yeah.
Gaffett. Wow. I thought we were gonna be done like in an hour and a half. Hi. How are you? The final here, application is Louis Gaffett, plat 6, lot 3-3, application by Thomas Martucci for a special use permit under section 408 for a change of use to an inn. Hi. So I went through your applications, missing a lot. You've got your chart, so to speak, that is missing the spatial standards chart isn't filled in on your setbacks and down in here. That was my one note that I put in here.
Yeah, they did submit a revised, which I think is. what
Which
you're
I was
looking
looking
at, and
through,
it
but that's what I'm looking
wasn't-
through, but it's still not
Correct.
complete.
Correct.
So normally we would have this all filled out, so when we go into the hearing, we know what we're looking at and what we're expecting. So if we could get a copy of that 10 days prior to hearing, this is a special use permit, so you're gonna go to planning before you come back to us, right?
Yeah.
Planning and conservation before you come back to us, so you won't see us until the March meeting anyway, but Jen will be able to tell you what else is missing. Site plan, did you see the number on the site? Is there something on the site plan?
They did.
site plan I
file-
saw
So there
was
was an
fine.
as-built,
Right.
after that, the construction of the building.
Right.
So that is in there.
Okay, that's great. That was, and then the
I
only other
emailed it to you.
thing that I'm concerned about, it's something that we don't really come up against because your use is gonna be a little bit different, but the minimum housing standards to make sure that those rooms are the right size, because we'll be looking at that.
So the
Um,
original architect, Frank, Parker.
Yeah.
I contracted with him, he designed the original building.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
So he said it's pretty well worth
The code. Yeah, okay. Okay. I need it. it is a special use permit, so I have to go through the other checklist that we have to go through. So,
We also need a parking plan, just because the use is,
the use is, so because the use
that I can
changes,
help him kind of work on
the parking plan, the parking need changes. So like a restaurant has, say a restaurant has, one, this from the, but one car per parking space per 10 seats, housing or an inn has different. So just make sure we have a parking plan for that.
There is, that I would say, I'm not sure, allow them to have parking, that would be.
No, because an inn has a standard and those are standards that have to be met. There's a lot of, it's,
Right, the only thing that we didn't address yet is the fact that the kitchen, the commercial kitchen on the first floor is going to remain as a prep kitchen for a different property.
right.
So,
The only thing that I read in the minimum housing standards were that they can't be within like a living space. So if they're outside of the,
right, but
They-
we'll have to,
how-
I'll have to talk to Michelle and Karen about determining the parking for a use.
For
that's
that
a
use.
Kitchen that's not
it's like,
for service, so we'll work through. that.
okay, but that was just, one of those things that I also was looking at. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through your checklist. List of names and the, addresses of all property owners within 200 feet has been submitted. A copy of, all variances and modifications on the property have been submitted. Composite site plan has been, a waiver's been requested because you submitted it, so. Jerry, have a pen, this one, I need you, can you just cross? Which one is it, which one, just see which one I was doing. Here, cross that off and then put submitted here and put your initials on it. Thank you. Proposed and existing structure shall be indicated, that's all the same thing. Okay. Statement from the zoning official that any variances, modifications, or special use permits necessary to develop the project as proposed has been secured or applied for. Been requested, okay. CRMC engineering and biological reports submittals for projects within CRMC jurisdiction shall be accompanied by any required CRMC preliminary engineering and biological reports reflecting site inspection data. If such reports are obtainable, you've requested a waiver. Utility and disposal plan, you've requested a waiver. It's on town water and town sewer, correct? Architectural plans have been submitted. Aerial photos, waiver has been requested. Does anybody want to see aerial photos?
So I just have a,
Mhm.
Jen, did you send this out electronically? Because I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, all I got was. I gave you whatever I had for the application itself,
I
for
didn't get-
everything. You don't have it? Let me,
I
I'll
don't
look at
think
my
I did.
email. Okay, I'll send it again.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Economic impact report, waiver has been requested. Does anybody have any issue with that? Analysis of toxic hazards, materials impacts, waiver's been requested. Anybody? Landscape plan is going to remain. Nothing's changing on the outside.
Building was originally, designed with a full dormer on the third floor,
Mhm.
and, we were looking to, build that dormer, so the third floor.
Okay.
That's the only thing that was.
Okay. Open space management plan. Waiver's been requested. And I'm missing the whole. This one, this is the signature. No, let me just look and see if I can. Oh, there it is, sorry. I was looking for it this morning.
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit of a scramble to get this application
that's
because of
the-
the
that's-
holiday. But I am.
You got it.
No, this is one too. I did think.
Did you get an email with this application? All right, so I wonder what happened. I'll look. I probably emailed what I had, so.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with your original application and go to the final page. models, waiver's been requested, and then traffic analysis, waiver's been requested, auto dependency, waiver's been requested. Anybody who has any issues with those? Okay. All right, so I will schedule this for the March meeting. And Jen will let you know the things that we were talking about. Okay. And you're going to go to conservation and planning. So hopefully they get you through for the March meeting.
Well, it has changed a little bit, so I don't believe we're gonna be doing the development plan review hearings. I have to
Yeah.
go back and look at the changes to the ordinance. But if we don't have to have a hearing with the planning board and it's just an advisory as a meeting, it might go faster.
TJ, can you just do me a favor? Can
That's
you,
the page.
this is the original,
What part of the application?
but part of the application, so I just want to change, what was the,
Yeah, that was the.
okay, I'm just going to stick it on here just so you.
Okay, yeah, no,
Just so you know.
okay, so
just-
it is
just-
there,
Just your
okay.
signature. Just
And,
wanna make sure it's
and
a
just to
consistent-
chime in, Jen is correct. The planning board is now merely an advisory. You do not need to go to the planning board, but you can ask for them to provide an advisory opinion prior to the hearing.
So we don't have to send them the plan?
No, you don't have to
Just
do the
as a
development
plan
plan
review.
review.
Got it. Okay,
that you
okay.
would- And that would take longer.
That's what takes long.
So if they get on the February meeting for planning and conservation, they could be finished in February
Right,
and back to you. It
Right.
doesn't have to, right? It's up to you if you schedule it 2 months out.
well,
I would
prefer February.
I have to hire someone to modify that roof line, and I was gonna use my own guys to do any internal things on the first place, so it's easier to help it complete it. I'm at the risk.
Well, why don't we schedule you then for February and you can always continue to March? Okay. Sure. Sure. Okay,
That, I know, so I'm on the docket for, next Monday. Yeah, so I'm already on the docket for that. Yeah, I just want to try to.
okay. All right, so we will schedule you then for the February meeting with hopes that you can get here. If not, we'll just continue to the March meeting. Okay, I'll make a motion to do that. After the motion's on Cindy. Any discussion? Okay, Cindy. Hi. Well, no, but we do have, if it's changing the exterior of the building, we do have something, we have to look at it as a new,
You're
I-
reviewing this as a new application.
new
and the-
application.
And the Historic District Commission is reviewing it with the dormers.
as new.
If things don't go well at HDC, they may need to revise this application.
Right, so we look at it as a completely new. Essentially, except for the
The use
retaining walls
is-
and the
right.
driveway and all
The
that.
uses are new.
The use is new, the standards of the use are new, so like the parking, standards change. So that would, I'd come prepared to the hearing to speak to that and to make a presentation about what you know, what your concerns are. Because this isn't hearing, this is just purely application acceptance, so we don't even know, we don't technically have any real evidence on what's in front of us, so. But that'll all happen at the hearing, which will be in February, we hope. February 26th, and if it has to get continued, March 26th is the next meeting. Yeah, good, all right. Okay. You're good. Thank you, sure. We have minutes from our August meeting or September meeting. I. Second, good job. All in favor? Discussion on it? Aye. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Jen, something, procedures,
Oh, so the rules of procedure, we'll just talk about that next month.
Yeah,
Yeah, it needs to stay on there until we complete that task, but, we will bring something back to you, yes.
6:27. You going to my house for